So let's just jump right in. Chances are, if you're here, you're already using AI tools to get things done. But there's a world of difference between getting a quick answer and strategically guiding an AI to produce something that's truly exceptional. Today, we're going to make that leap. We're going from being just an AI user to becoming an AI architect. And just so you know where this awesome info comes from, this explainer is pulled straight from Chapter 7 of a really fantastic tutorial by Virtualization Options LLC. We're going to be focusing specifically on their most advanced strategies to seriously level up our game. All right, here's our roadmap for this little journey. First, we're going to make the AI show its work. No more black boxes. Then, we'll dive into creating prompts that can actually adapt and improve. After that, we'll look at how to build a whole prompting system that scales. And finally, we'll lock down a process to make sure every single thing the AI gives us is top-notch quality. Let's get into it. Okay, first stop on our mastery journey, taking control of the AI's reasoning. This is all about getting out of the habit of just accepting an answer at face value. We're going to start demanding transparency and force the AI to explain how it got to its conclusion. And the main technique we use for this is called chain of thought prompting. Honestly, it's a lot like telling a math student, hey, don't just give me the answer, show me your work. You're literally asking the AI to lay out all its logical steps before it gives you the final output. That way, you're not just getting a random answer, you're getting a strategy that you can actually understand and trust. So, what does this actually look like? Well, let's imagine you're allocating a budget. Instead of just asking, hey, how should I split this budget? You structure your prompt in steps. You'd say, first, tell me the key factors to consider. Second, explain how those factors apply here. Third, weigh the pros and cons of different approaches. And then, based on all that, give me a recommendation. See the difference? You get a full, transparent analysis, not just a number. Okay, so now we can see the AI's logic, which is huge. Let's kick it up a notch and talk about making our prompts dynamic. This is where we stop writing one-off instructions and start creating prompts that can actually change their output based on conditions we set. This technique is called conditional logic prompting, and it's as simple as it sounds. You're basically building if this, then that rules right into your prompt. This lets you generate multiple super customized pieces of content, all from one single really smart prompt. It is a massive time saver. For example, think about email subject lines. You could build one prompt that says, if the person getting this email is already a customer, then use familiar, friendly language. But if they're a totally cold prospect, lead with the problem that your feature solves. Just like that. One prompt, two perfectly tailored subject lines for two different audiences. This brings up a really common problem, right? How in the world are you supposed to write a great, detailed prompt for a task you've never even tried to get an AI to do before? You know the end goal, but you're just not sure what the best way to ask for it is. Well, the answer is this awesome technique called meta prompting. This is where you actually use the AI to help you write a better prompt. You just describe your goal in plain language, and then you ask the AI to act like your personal prompt writing coach and give you a structured template to use. You're basically asking it to teach you how to ask. All right, on to stage 3, and this is where we really start to scale things up. We're moving away from just writing single prompts for ourselves and into building entire systems. This is how you take AI from a cool personal tool and turn it into a consistent, super efficient asset for your entire team. The best way to think about this is a prompt library. It's like your team's shared recipe book. So instead of everyone starting from scratch, they can just grab a proven recipe, a prompt that you know works, and follow the instructions. It becomes this living, breathing resource that gets better and better as your team adds their own expertise. A huge part of making this work is mastering context. The pro move here isn't to just dump a giant wall of text into the prompt. No, it's about being surgical. You give the AI only the essential info it needs for that specific task. A great way to do this is to create reusable context blocks, like for your brand voice or your target audience, and summarize key points instead of pasting in entire conversations. It's all about being efficient and precise. And that brings us to our final, and I'd argue maybe the most important stage of this whole journey, quality control. This is all about putting a professional system in place to make absolutely sure that every single piece of content the AI generates is reliable, accurate, and perfectly on brand. See, pros don't just glance at the output and hit publish. They use a system. This 5-step process is a great way to make sure nothing slips through. You do a quick scan to see if it's even the right ballpark. Then a deeper review for accuracy, a check against your brand guidelines. Then you decide, do I edit this or go back and tweak the prompt? And the last step is the absolute non-negotiable, a final sign-off from a real human. I want this to really sink in. Never skip human review of AI-generated content. Look, the AI is an unbelievably powerful assistant. It's an amazing co-pilot, but it can and it absolutely does make mistakes. That final human judgment call is the most critical quality check you have. This is probably the single most important rule for anyone using these tools professionally. So there you have it. We've gone from asking simple questions to building logic, creating entire systems, and ensuring professional level quality. You've really gone from being just a user to being an architect. And that just leaves us with one last question to think about. Now that you can architect these AI conversations, what are you going to build?